on to another part of Hotwheels World Race. This time we're doing the Veteran League, which basically we're doing the same race within the Rookie League, and then we're doing a few more races afterwards. We're playing as Bert still because Bert is the main character. I could play as this new character here called Flute, but that would be a fluke. So we're playing as Bert because he's the main character of the whole fucking story, and you know, we gotta in that regard. So yeah, we're going through the same levels we've already done before, which means we're on Cloud fucking 9. So I'm gonna make you watch me go through all these levels again. I know it doesn't sound fair. I know it sounds stupid. But if the game's gonna waste my fucking time, then I'm gonna waste yours. Now I'm just gonna bring the mic a little closer to me, if possible. Probably not. But I'm gonna bring this up right now, okay? That at this point, you might be thinking that the AI is going to be much harder now. Because you go into single player and such, there's difficulty options. You get to choose difficulty for easy, medium, and hard. So you're thinking the AI is medium now, like they're harder. No. No, they haven't changed. They're still the same. And yeah, I finally figured out about the ramp thing, so, you know. But unfortunately, I haven't yet decided on, you know, not fucking boosting whenever I feel like. I haven't decided on, you know, just leaving the boost, leaving the turbo, leaving the nitrox into the ramps. I still just go gung-ho on the fucking shit because, hey, what could go wrong? Well, how about the fact that unfortunately these guys will always boost off the ramps and will end up fucking taking over me. Bit annoying, and now there's no way I can actually get the boost. If I get the last remaining here, it's not enough to give me a fucking nitrox, so unfortunately, I fucked myself a bit. Great. Good start, me. And yeah, I got all 100, which means that I actually get something, right? Because I got all 100. What we're about to see. Because I'm about to get first place. Okay, so I finally got all 100 of these collectibles. What do I get for doing that? Well, here's the standing. Takes forever to just move on from it. Yep, we get a new car. So if you get 50 of these and you get like third or second or first, you get a car. If you get all 100, you get another car. So in order to actually start the game, you have to get all collectibles. So I mean, you can see how small the collectibles are, right? You can see how much of a difficult piece of shit this game is when it comes to turns, right? And they want me to accurately grab all these fucking rings. Like, the thing is, you kind of need the rings when you begin because they give you the boost needed to do the jumps immediately. Like, oh, by the way, here's the funny thing right now. This is a real funny thing. The rings. You do need these. Now you're thinking, well, of course you do. They're needed to talk the cars. No. You need these to win the races. Because, unfortunately, just doing tricks isn't going to help you much unless, you know, there's a ramp around. And the problem is, you have this track here, which has no ramp. All you have are these fucking rings. This is a level where you actually have to, like, conserve your boosts, apparently. And the worst part is that you only get, like, boosts every 21 rings. If you get 20, that's not enough. You need an additional ring in order to get to full. That means that in total of how many times you can get a fucking boost, You only get 4 boosts in this entire track. And you get 4 leftover rings which you can't do anything with. You basically get put in a spot of you're fucked. All because this game decided to be an asshole with the goddamn rings. And the whole fact that there are no jumps here. Which means that you need to make sure you know what you're doing with that fucking Nitrox. Or else it's game over. You fucked yourself. Now the bigger problem here isn't even in the fact of like just getting the fucking rings. The problem is in getting enough rings and then try not to overlap them in this track. Because if you do, you kind of fuck yourself. You can only overlap like about 4 rings. You don't overlap about that much before you lose a boost. And, you know, that you don't want. You don't want to lose a chance to boost. Because then the fucking rubber banding occurs. And unfortunately, unless you get a nice little boost pad around and the AI doesn't actually take it, unfortunately, you can't win. And as you can see, the AI made sure I never won. That's what I meant before about when you get to like the near end, the AI will always stay the same speed as you and will never let up. So unless you have a spare bit of Nitrix behind you, a spare like bar of Nitrix, you're never gonna get first. You're never gonna get ahead. It's never gonna happen because they always automatically go for the fucking boost pads. And they always fucking get to the finish line before you. They don't lose any speed, by the way. They don't lose anything. But yeah. The fact they're repeating tracks here for this league, they do it in the next league too. So what's going on is that these tracks done in the last part, the tracks we done in the rookie league, we do those 3 times. And all the new tracks we'll be seeing soon for the veteran league, we do them twice. That means that for these new tracks in the last league, which by the way, you can't play them until you beat the fucking contest and unlock them. You know, you beat the actual track itself and unlock them. You only really get 1 try to really master the track of all of the hardest tracks remaining, apparently. So as you just saw, I boosted before the ramp and I still got the same fucking speed. Here's the thing. If you boost on the ramp, which you've seen me done before, it counts. And it gives you a lot more height and a lot more speed. Why? Why are the ramps programmed like this? Why can't they just give me the momentum thing? Why can't this be based on momentum? Why does it have to be based on when I press the boost button? Like, it's not even a new thing. It's not even a concept I don't know about, because this game copies Sunshine Challenge, and guess what? Sunshine Challenge, they did the ramp thing much fucking better than this game. They knew what they were doing with the ramp. When you boost on a ramp, the momentum is there. It's not fucking set in stone. It's all based on momentum. By the way, let's talk about that little effect that happened before there, where I suddenly went red and had like fire coming out of me. That is some kind of special mode where what it does is not only make you go faster, but it makes you better at turning. It lets you turn better. it makes your tires loosen. Why is that part only available in a special fucking mode? Huh? Why do I have to become a god in order to actually turn good? Especially when you keep throwing these tight fucking turns and U-turns at me. They expect way too much from you. They expect way too much from the player. And the thing is, the game is not well made, so unfortunately they don't fucking deliver. Back here, Texas Cube, whatever. It's a starter level, but it's a starter level that unfortunately there is just like not much to it at all. Now, for those who have never seen Highway 35 before and wondering what the fuck's up with these tracks, why we were at the clouds, why we were in like space, why we're here. Well, believe it or not, Tesla's Cube is the only fucking track that is like normal. Like quote unquote normal. Because this is actually the real life world setting. This is the desert area where it all begins, where our races here basically go to see the man behind it all, Tesla himself. And in the background is this giant fucking cube where it's all like set up and such, where they park their cars and all. That's what Tesla is. That's his cube. That's the main HQ of the game, of like the movie. Also, I got fucking annihilated. There's been no way for me to actually get back. But look, watch this. There they are. And look at how slow they're being. See, now I'm back in. Now they're picking up speed again. But before? Oh, fucking hell. We better slow down for the player. Like, I get it. Slowing down is helpful to, you know, increase the challenge and such because you don't want to have it be too unfair. But you gotta have like a medium of this shit. You can't make it too extreme on both sides. And unfortunately, the developers made it extreme on both fucking sides. So no matter what, you're gonna end up in the positions where either they're gonna be very ahead, and then they're gonna be very slow because of that, or you're gonna be very ahead, and they're gonna go fucking Mach 10 on your ass. But yeah, this is the only track that is actually in the real world, and I've been at time, by the way. Every other track is set in these portal areas, these like other worlds, essentially. And Highway 35 is special because of the fact that these portals exist, basically to be challenges. And Tesla knows exactly when the next race is going to start and how to set it up. And the thing is, in order to actually get into these areas, you have to nitrox into them. You have to enter the nitrox, go a certain speed, which is like 300 or whatever, and then the portal will open up and you go inside and you begin the race. And the whole point of the fucking movie was to essentially see who would be the fastest racer in order to get to this certain, like, mission of Tesla's involving this ring. And I just got fucked again. And it won't even matter. But yeah, I mean, it's essentially quite a fucking movie to watch. The only problem is that it's cheesy as all hell and is using some fairly dated 3D graphics and such. It is fairly dated. However, I believe this has been said many times in Wikipedia and other sources, including Hot Wheels themselves. Apparently, the movie was made by the people who made Reboot. So, Reboot is known as one of the best, like, well-made 3D animated TV shows ever. Not even a joke. Even nowadays, a lot of 3D movies and shows and such can't compete against how well made Reboot was. Like, how well animated it was and such. Now, of course, at this point, it's kind of a lie. I do believe that we have surpassed Reboot already, and a lot of, like, good production, like, 3D animated stuff has done its job well. Any CGI shit with live action is bad, and any low budget stuff is obviously gonna be terrible. But anything with effort, I feel like, so like Pixar and such, have, like, done the deed of doing shit better than Reboot. Like, not even a competition at that point. Not even a fucking joke. However, the main thing about the movie is based on the character I'm playing as right now. Vert Wheeler. Not related to Joey Wheeler, by the way, but yeah. Essentially, Vert is this dude bro guy who gets his license. His father's in the military, and he gets invited, I believe, to join for Highway 35. And essentially, also, I believe we're getting close to beginning the new tracks. I believe after this will be the new tracks. But, yeah. With Highway 35, Tesla involved a whole bunch of people. Including, I forgot his name, Kurt Wilde, who starts off as, like, this asshole, essentially. This cocky asshole that nobody can beat. But, in the follow-up series, he also becomes the main character. And that sequel, series is Acceleracers, which I honestly find to be much better than World Race, by far. There was also a character called Kadeem, who wasn't too important, but he had a lot more of a less selfish reason for essentially wanting to win the whole entire tournament of races. And I'm not going to spoil it into the last part, okay? I'm not going to spoil it until we actually get to the last league. Because there's a good fucking reason why I'm playing as Vert, okay? I'll give you the hint already on where this is going with this movie. But I will tell you right now that while Vert is a good middle ground, all-rounder kind of driver with this car here, unfortunately, it doesn't matter what car you choose, unless the steering is better. In which case, great. Because the AI will always rubber band you. They will always rubber band you. So the only time the stats ever matter for speed and such is if you're playing against, like, human players, essentially. And at that point, the human players will always pick the best car. Like, the objectively best fucking car in the game. Always. They will never choose any other car. Because why would you? This car has everything. Why would you ever choose something else over this car, which is more overpowered, more better than any other car in the game? And it does exist. There is a car like that in this game. But I'm not really going to play it because I'm going to play as Vert throughout these leagues. And even if I did unlock the fucker, by the time I got to, like, the last league, I wouldn't use it. Because I find it kind of cheap to really use the best car that is, like, overpowered, obviously, in the races. Maybe as a goof I would, but otherwise, the only time I would justify using an overpowered vehicle to go through these races and such is if the game is a cheating bastard. And the thing is, there are races like that. There are legit races out there, like racing games, where the AI is a cheating prick. And you want the overpowered vehicle or cheats or whatever in order to beat them. Because the game is not going to play fairly to you. It's going to be an asshole and fuck you up. Anyway, we're pretty much done with all of the, because the exit's right over here. We're done with all of the, rookie races. We've done all the tracks we've already done before. Now it's time to go through some veteran tracks. The new stuff. So far, you know, you already seen this shit, and it hasn't been that bad. We also got a 1/4 mile coupe. But I told you it gets worse. This is where it starts to get worse. Because this next race is called Emerald Crater. You already know that the fucking turning is terrible. Well, at this point, the game is going to revel in giving you a lot of turns that unfortunately your car can't really drive around. What I'm saying is you're going to hit a lot of walls. I know, it's not good. But this is the direction the game is going now. And the thing is, this is also where things get more confusing. Because, you know, I'm playing this blindly, by the way. I have no idea what to expect. But I want to win these races in order to actually, you know, get the next tournament. So here's the problem. This is a big fucking problem, by the way. This is a new track. And you have all these ramps spread about. And you also have all of these tight turns. Your camera is close to the vehicle, looking at the front of it. Doesn't stretch out pretty far. And you're kind of in the blind side a lot of time by the walls and such on anything. And here's the thing. Getting the rings because of this is a pain in the ass. But trying to get anywhere on this crap, trying to fucking, like, maneuver about and, like, not get screwed by the walls and such, bit of a pain in the ass when your turning is super fucking tight. You know? It starts becoming apparent once you get here. It also becomes apparent that the AI will never get knocked about. You will, but they won't. This is one of those fucking games. Now the other thing, if you are going to get all the rings, I mean, you're not going to notice it. You'll notice it a bit more earlier, but you're going to notice it a whole lot more when you try to get all 100 of these rings in this track. Because this fucking track, in order to get all the rings, you have to utilize all 3 laps. If you do not get the certain rings you need in one specific fucking lap, or if you miss rings and you're on the 3rd lap and you go into the exit already, unfortunately you have to restart because there is nothing you can do to fix this without losing your placements. And as a reminder, if you get less than 3rd, like a 4th, 5th, or 6th or whatever, those rings do not count and you get nothing from it. So you have to stay in a placement while also grabbing these fucking rings that are in places that just make the game a pain in the ass. You know what? To further it right now. I really mean to further it. Like, the AI know what they're doing. And they're always gonna drive perfectly. Because of rubber banding, that's the only time they can really ever slow down or not. However, this is the real shitty part. I'm gonna restart the race because there's no way I'm choosing the 2nd place. Fuck off. Here's my rewards, but I'm gonna restart. Here is the kicker. What's supposed to happen is when you go for these later leagues, it says in the manual, essentially for the 1st league, the rookie one, you get 3 restarts. Now, this one's supposed to give you 2, but the game glitched up on me and only gave me 1. And I've just used it. I can't restart anymore. That's bad. That's bad. That's fucking bad. And the worst part is the next and final league gives you only 1 restart. So they give you the chance to like fix a mistake, but that's it. Only 1 mistake. If you fuck up again, tough shit. Either accept your game over or, you know, just try to fix yourself in the next race. Now, here's Deep Zone, which I accidentally skipped the cutscene for. Deep Zone is the start of where, like so far, you know, the jumps, they have been a bit radical in the last track. But this is where it begins to get disorienting to follow what's going on in the fucking track. Because before, I mean, there's a lot of turns and such, but you could tell in advance where to go and what to do. You can't here. Majority of the level puts you in this whole blind bullshit. And the thing is, a few of these tracks that we'll be going through now do this. Where you get no kind of information on what to expect. Like, no warning on what to expect with these fucking bits. The next jump could be a fucking ramp and you wouldn't know. Like, they expect you to react fairly quickly to all of this. It's not happening. And then they expect you to make this very, very sharp turn to the right. All the AI go to the right, but it's so sharp, you're never gonna get to the right. This is where the handbrake comes in, right? Because the handbrake's supposed to help you make those turns. Here's some problems. One, you will always slow down when you do a handbrake turn. The AI never slows down. Number 2, there's a slide. And unfortunately, it's a slide that is kind of a pain in the ass, to say the least. So timing your little slide or finding the right position for it, really a pain in the ass, really a big pain in the ass. And the final thing, because you slide around all slippery when you do a power slide, essentially, you will hit a fucking wall. There is no guarantee for me that you won't hit the fucking wall. You will hit it. Yeah, like, I can't say much else about this, but, like, you just saw right there, that all I did was not take that shortcut, and guess what? Everyone passed me, and I got last. Just kidding, I'm not done yet. But yeah, I go just away from the shortcut. I go away from one ramp. One fucking ramp. And they outlap me. All of them. Now, in a regular good racing game, there would at least be someone far in the back. You know, at least the one actual last person racer. Really not doing too good. But in this game, everyone's just kind of coupled together. And because of this, it means that every single racer is just like kind of grouped to the point where they're all against you. And they will essentially, like, as soon as you make one fuck up, boost right past you. All of them. No warning or anything, you get fucked. It's not fair. It's not fair. And it's fucked me a few times. But now, like, this is one of the more okay levels. It's not the most annoying, but it's the start of bad omens, essentially. Like, the turnings being, you know, sharper and more pain in the ass. The track now being harder to read with all the turns and twists and all the angles and shit. And the fucking AI themselves. Anyway, now it's time for me to do the pyramid one, which, I mean, these races, when you do get down to them, you know what you're doing. They're not too difficult, you know? Like, mastering the tracks is not a bad problem. The problem is the AI. Because they will eventually gain back at you and be right next to you, and they will get in your fucking way and even slow you down. There are even points where they will randomly brake if you are right behind them. They will randomly brake and nearly stop dead just to say fuck you. The AI in this fucking game is out for blood. I just can't believe this shit. You know? I thought Beat That would have been it. I thought Beat That would be the worst one, and that's it. I didn't expect to ever touch Turbo Racing and experience how much of a piece of shit that game is. And then, like, feel sorry for how much I beat That because I didn't know it would get worse. But now, it doesn't beat Turbo Racing, but we got another game here, this fucking game, which I do consider worse than Beat That. I really do. I honestly feel like Beat That's a bit more fun. And graphically it's more impressive than this game. But now comes the kicker. Now comes the fucking kicker. Is there a Hot Wheels game out there that's worse than this? Before, I would have said no, because who in their right mind would manage to make a game worse than Beat That? Doesn't seem possible to me. Here we are. World Race. Oh, that ramp there that I missed? Yeah. Unless you're in, like, the very left of the fucking track at that point, you're never gonna hit that ramp. You are never gonna take that shortcut. I'm so tired. I'm tired of looking at this fucking game. I'm actually tired right now. I haven't slept in over 24 hours. And I'm tired of just Hot Wheels, really, in general. Before, I was just like, okay, this will be fun. It's part of my childhood. I can't wait to play Extreme Racing. It went to shit at that point. And then, you know, we kept going on these Hot Wheels games. The Soundtrack Challenge was a good one. But then we just kept getting fucking garbage, to say the least. And I just... I've got nothing. I've got nothing to say. We only have about one race left. And after that, we're done with the cup. We're done with this fucking league. Now this one gives you the warning that there's gonna be continuous ramps popping at you, including ones that if you're not in the right spot, you will never be able to get on them because the reaction time is just fucked. It is like 1 second reaction time sometimes with these very close fucking landings to jump parts. Ugh. You wanted this. There are people out there who wanted me to do World Race. You know? Saying this is a good game, nothing wrong with it. And then, I mean... It's a Glamour Edge. I mean, it's neat. I don't care too much, but it's neat. You know what this game could have, you know, had? Weapons. I mean, there were no weapons in the movie, but... I don't know, this just seems very boring, you know? Eventually just going first is boring. I am doing so goddamn horrible in this. I don't know what I'm doing for most of this. I still get first, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, as a reminder, all these tracks you've done here in this fucking league in the next and final league, we're going through all of these again before we get to the new maps. I am facepalming right now. Because the thing is, the Veteran Cup here, the Veteran League, doesn't give us much, you know? I've told you a lot of the information that you need to know right now. Like all the important shit that plagues this game. But there's some details I can't even give you until the third and final league, because there were some problems that occurred during that league, and I want to explain them. But yeah, I mean, I can't stand this fucking game. I can't stand looking at this game right now as I'm doing the commentary. I hate it that much. This game was a painful fucking Hot Wheels game to go through. And it deserves pretty much any kind of middle finger you can give it. Because I'm giving it both of my middle fingers right now. That's how much I hate this fucking game. Just end it. Please end it. Thank you. Thank you. So I've won by a big fucking margin, you know? And hey, I got all these items, that's cool. And I've won the final league too. I've beaten the next league, which means I can go on and be awesome in the final league. We do all the same fucking cars again, as well as some new ones at the end. So yeah, we're now in the elite stages, guys. We're in the elite room. We're going for the elite lounge, the elite league now. The elite league. Yeah, say that 5 times fast and it'll sound stupid eventually. Elite league, elite league, elite league, elite league. You know, it's just... No. But I did miss some of these. These are because of not the lap times, which I seem to always get, but it's actually the total time in the race. Some of them require you to be pretty fucking fast on the ball. I don't mind. It adds challenge. But... Anyway, here's all the cars and the stuff I got from them. Problem though is I'm not using any of these guys because, well, next time we'll be playing as Vert again, in which I explained to you exactly what happens. Yeah, Kurt Wild. Exactly what happens in this fucking series, okay? What happens in this movie as to why... Oh, there we go, Mark Wild. That's it. Mark Wild is the, younger brother. He's the one who is the good character, essentially. Is the other main character for Accelerate Racers. Well, Kurt here is the asshole. He gets put in jail, by the way. I'll explain the movie in the next part, okay? So, yeah, next time we're doing the Elite League as Kurt, the main character. And we're gonna see exactly why I'm playing as Vert still throughout this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.